Oh, yeah. Yay. Thank you, everyone, for joining us, especially going a little bit early. It's genuinely very appreciated. But I won't spend any more time talking for needlessly because we have Hester here.
Hi, it's so nice to be here. I'm so honoured.
Yeah, everyone is really excited.
I'm really excited.
Yeah, you should have seen when Broden announced it, the chat was going off. Everyone is very excited to have Hester Brown.
That makes me feel so special, especially because I love Broden and Tom, so I feel like it's really big shoes to fill, but I could not be more thrilled to be sitting here with one of my most favourite people.
Patty!
Yeah, Patty! Hi, Patty!
No, that's...
I love you so much, and I'm so thrilled to get the opportunity to talk about something we both love together.
This could just turn into us crying for like...
Yes, we could definitely... I could cry for an hour. Would you like to do that together?
We should do a feelings circle. Broden and Tom are going to be like, we're just going to hold hands and talk about our feelings for 40 minutes.
Yeah, that'll be after the fully musical episode that we discussed earlier.
Yeah. Surprise, Broden and Tom, you can't say no.
Sure.
I love how supportive everyone is. Everyone in the chat is just saying sound. Everyone is so impressed that we just have the sound working.
Oh, well done, Patty.
Yay. Okay. I guess do we just crack in?
Just crack in.
Just crack in. Do we play a sting? I just go. Okay. Are you ready for my best, Broden? It's not going to be very good.
Yes, it is.
Welcome to the foot. It was no. Welcome to the Footy with Broden Kelly. While Broden and Tom are gallivanting in Europe, but we have brought in the sunniest, joyous, smartest, most footy-loving person I know in the most inclusive and wholesome way. Someone who lifts me up every single week, particularly when the footy world feels hard. I am so stoked that they will now be doing that for all of you. Welcome, Hester Brown.
That's the nicest intro I've ever had. I think the crying's going to start really early. Thank you, Marnie. I'm so stoked to be here with you.
I'm so happy that you are here. Honestly, I feel like I could go on and on and on. Like, it is such a treat, I think, for other people that we have you here.
Oh, I just feel so grateful and so lucky. And I think you have the best fans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I would agree that this community is genuinely the best community in the world.
Such a cool footy community.
Yeah, that's a good place to start actually, because I had a little cry on last week's episode and everyone was so nice. Patty could not be gesturing harder at me. It is time to bounce that pill. Okay, do I go? All right. There's so much to talk about. We are both AFLW loving people. The men's season is done, but it's still in the headlines because of its course it's going to be. Should we just crack into what's topical? The news, some would say?
The news. Should we hit some news?
We've seen the AFL be pretty spineless before, but waiting until Broden was out of the country to get rid of the centre bounce, I think is a whole new level. People keep saying the game's gone. Now the pod's gone. What's it going to be? Throw that pill? Toss that pill? Please let us know. Did no one think of the stings? Who is Broden Kelly without any peels to bounce? In case you missed it, the AFL announced 2 rule changes on Wednesday that will come in as of next year. One is that the sub rule will be gone. I'm sure Chris Scott is particularly stoked about that. And the other is that the centre bounce will be no longer. I think that there is a lot of people with a lot of feelings about this. And it's one of those occasions, Hester, where I think we can hold 2 truths in our heads and our hearts at the same time, because I am devastated that the tradition and the romance and all the poetry of the centre bounce will be gone. At the same time, I'm glad that umpires' backs and shoulders aren't going to be harmed.
I couldn't agree more. I think it's one of those times where you look at it and you go, okay, they're saying it's for health and safety reasons. So we can't ignore that. We have to care about the people who are officiating our game. But we can also just be a little bit sad because our lovely little weird centre bounce is gone. But maybe bounce that pill is now just a reference to the Ash Centra bounce.
Oh, you've already come in and saved the day.
Pill's still being bounced.
Yeah. In a more exciting W kind of way.
We love that.
We love that. My favourite comment on one of my TikToks was someone that was just like, I don't understand the health and safety argument. Like, they're at no risk of hitting themselves in the face. It's like, yeah, they didn't get rid of it because they thought umpires might be hitting themselves in the face when they bounce the ball. They've been complaining about the back issues for ages. It's one of the reasons we don't have it in AFLW. But even like the romance of the bounce is so strong, the W people will still say like 20 minutes until first bounce, even though it is a ball up, and it's always been a ball up.
Yeah, but maybe we can just keep using that language anyway.
I think so.
Maybe that's the part of the tradition that we can hold on to without losing the rest.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty happy to see the sub rule gone.
Me too. Talk to me.
As somebody who's been inside football for a long time, the sub thing is really sad. It's really hard to see someone subbed off or like have that fear that someone's going to get subbed off. And also obviously like the inconsistencies with where someone gets injured just after a sub, and it feels kind of unfair, or like it hasn't worked well, or you have those ones where somebody technically played a grand final but didn't get on, or yeah, I think it's cleaner without it.
And the debut subs breaks my heart.
That's another one. That's another way the sub rule is just a heartbreaker for people inside football.
Yeah.
You don't want to debut that way.
The only other thing I was thinking of with the bounce is I really am interested in Ruck's perspective, because I heard a take, and I really wish I remember who said this, that it's like a part of Ruck's craft is watching where the ball bounces, like because it's an oval shape, like how I sound so stupid when I say how the ball bounces, but
no, you don't.
But genuinely to see where it's going to go, rather than if you just do a ball up, it is just a competition of who can jump the highest over the other one.
And it's definitely like a unique part of ruck craft, and I think there are some rucks that are particularly skilled at the bounce.
Yeah. We've got a little special segment that was the first thing that I asked for when Broden and Tom said that they were going overseas. And that is the footy with Isla Brown. We've got a very special segment. Hi, darling girl. Do you want to sit up here? Do you want my headphones?
Now, this is my 6-year-old Isla. She loves to share her opinions on footy. She loves to commentate the games at home, and she has prepared something to share with you to see how she feels about being a mini podcaster. So this is going to be Isla's hot take of the week.
I think Kate Hall will win the AFLW Best and Fairest this year because she is nice to me. She hugs me after games. People can't go past Kate Hall because it is a high risk they will get tackled. She averages over 5 tackles per game. She also helps Melbourne kick goals. She has kicked 14 goals this year, and she likes kicking the ball to her teammates so they can kick goals too. I love Kate Hall.
Good. That's a great. I actually think that you are going to be quite correct, Isla.
Thank you, Isla. That's a great hot take. Isla told me that this week, that she thinks Kate Hall is going to take home the W Best and Fairest medal this year.
Can I ask you one thing before you go?
Yeah.
So Melbourne play Essendon this week. Who's going to win?
Melbourne.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
Who do you want to win, Isla?
I don't know.
Don't know. You love both teams. It's your two favourites. And who's doing Auskick at half time for all girls round?
Me and Isla.
Yeah, you're doing it.
That's so exciting. Thank you, sweetheart.
Bye.
You're a star.
Bye, baby. Love you.
I actually think that she's not far off.
Yeah.
Talking about best and fairest chat, I also love the that it might be Ash Riddell, because we constantly talk about how Jazzy Garner's the best in the league and deserves a best and fairest, and that is a take that I feel very strongly and I agree with. But also Ash Riddell, her teammate at North, who is just polling consistently perfect coaches' votes.
Yeah, I agree. I think Ash Riddell's a real chance to take it home. And it must be so interesting playing in a team like that with so many stars and so many good performers, and you get to that sort of, do they take votes from each other? And I was even having a look at the leading goal kicker ladder, and they've got 3 North Melbourne players in like the top 5 or 6. At least there's no limit on how many goals North Melbourne can score in a game.
Oh my goodness.
Clearly.
Oh my God. But we should also talk about the fact that Essendon did really well against North Melbourne last week. Like really, really well. They lost by 30 points, but it was within 10 points like halfway through the fourth quarter. The opening quarter, Essendon scored 20 points to null. They kept North Melbourne scoreless for a quarter. I was genuinely like so pleased. And I think I texted you being like, however this goes from here, North are not keeping Essendon goalless. I'm stoked.
I was stoked too. I thought it was a really impressive performance. And there were a few things that I think contributed to that. I think like Essendon's pressure was really good and ball movement was really improved as well. But may I talk to you about someone that I wanted to point out that I think we might not hear a lot of shout outs for and maybe could?
Is it Bonnie Too Good?
Have you ever heard of Bonnie Too Good? It's not Bonnie. It's Grace Brooker.
Oh, okay. Tell me.
So Grace was playing her second game of footy on the weekend against North Melbourne. Since she came over from New Zealand as a cross-code athlete from rugby union, she played for the Black Ferns. So, top level. But you maybe didn't know, maybe you did, but she had the job on Carney on the weekend.
I did not know this.
Yeah, who is obviously a star player, big driver of North's ball movement from the back line, just an incredible player. But Grace actually held her to 11 touches for the game.
That's excellent.
That is excellent.
I think that's, I hope I don't get it. It's 6-time or 7-time All-Australian Emma Carney.
Yeah, that's right. That's what we're talking about. And the second game player,
Wow.
Grace Brooker. And so also apparently about 3 minutes in, Grace nailed Emma in the most perfect tackle you've ever seen. But apparently you could hear from the crowd Carnes turn around and go, game on. So it was a really good contest, like really friendly and respectful and excellent. But I just feel like that is such a coup for Grace and she deserves a shout out.
If I was in the crowd and I had heard that, my whole body just like, let's go. We're here.
I love footy.
I love footy so much. Because we always talk about like how good that like girls get to now have people to look up to. 100% true. We just saw it with Isla. But like it's very cool to also watch 2 grown adult women go head to head.
So cool.
It's so cool. The other big men's story this week is the Geelong Mad Monday antics. I did the ABC Sport Daily pod episode on this on Thursday, so that will drop as this goes live. But we talked about whether we wanted to talk about this on this pod or not because we have strong feelings about inclusivity and a lot of the topics that were raised. But we also kind of came to the conclusion that it is always women who are called upon to talk about these particular issues. And in a week that the men's season wrapped up and we were really excited for increased attention on AFLW, we kind of didn't want to touch it because we just wanted to enjoy being in the W space. I will direct people to go to Kath Ebb's Instagram post and please correct me if I'm wrong in the pronunciation. Tarang
Chola?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking the same one too. He did a really great set of stories. A post of stills today that I think also went into more detail about why people who might think, oh, it's just a joke, might be able to get a little bit more context around what the issue is with that joke.
Yes, 100%. So sorry to our listeners if they wanted us to talk about it, but we're just going to sidestep it.
Yeah, we think they could all do a better job, but we would like to talk about women's sport. It's our turn.
It is our turn also because I would like to break some news to you, Hester, that I accidentally gave away earlier, but whatever, just forget it. So Essendon play Melbourne on Friday night, which I was already excited about.
So excited.
So this coincides with Taylor Swift's new album, Life of a Showgirl, dropping. Were you aware that they both happen at the same time?
It's at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So Melbourne and Essendon have a press conference on Thursday morning about this, but I have permission from the Ds to talk about that it's going to be a big Swiftie game. So they're going to have showgirls at the ground. So they're going to have girls with like the big headdresses and the outfits that you can take photos with. They're going to have friendship bracelets. They're going to play Taylor Swift's songs between all the breaks. So it's going to be a Taylor Swift themed night.
Football.
Yeah, and they're promoting it tomorrow with Taylor Harris, but also Bonnie Toogood.
Of course they are. Oh my gosh, that is so fun. I hope everyone will come along.
Yes. And so I'll be working the boundary for ABC for this night, but I was kind of tempted, even I will be working and that will be my priority. But if anyone wants to share a friendship bracelet with me, I'll be behind the benches. Please come say hi and do that.
I will also be there and accepting of friendship bracelets. Maybe I'll have to make some to share too.
Yeah, because we always talk about like W is a place that you can go. Like if you want to go to the footy and you don't have anyone to go with, there are W communities, and this might be a really good game to be an entry point if you haven't been to a game yet and you would like to, because I'm like you can go find Hester in the crowd. She'll be nice to you.
Come make friends.
And I also don't want to put you on the spot, but I really want like cool sign ideas, like Taylor Swift songs with Essendon players. So please get into my DMs if you have any ideas, because like that makes me so happy. Mm.
I mean, there's definitely going to be some Taylor Harris, Taylor Swift ones, surely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish my brain was working a little bit faster and I could think of any ideas, but yeah.
Something about dating the boy on the football team.
Oh my God, true. Yeah.
Karma is the girl on the D's.
Yeah?
I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
We will get there.
You help us and we'll get there.
But how exciting. Anyway.
That's so fun.
Yeah, it may...
I can't believe you have this exclusive to share with me. I feel so like lucky and excited.
And then people will be like, yeah, it's been all over socials. We're like, no, don't worry about it. Don't listen to that.
Oh, I missed that.
Another big topic in AFLW this week was the idea of a floating fixture for the men's grand final weekend, because for the second year in a row, the Brisbane Lions women's team have had to miss the men's grand final in person because they had a fixtured game not in Melbourne. And I understand that it is incredibly hard to fixture the women's. Like, we don't want the women's season fixtured around the men. Like, and you have no idea who's going to be in the grand final. But it is disappointing that for the second year in a row, they couldn't be there. And also there was certain, like for club staff, like there were certain club staff who had to get on a plane at 7 p.m. after the men's win, go straight from the MCG to a plane to be there for the women's game tomorrow, which is fantastic and great. But also they had to miss out on this premiership, like back-to-back premiership kind of celebrations when they have every right to be a part of it too.
Yeah, especially when I feel like the staff members that work across the two programs are really integral to a really like authentic, or closer to authentic one club experience. Like I think having those staff members that go across both is a really great thing for teams. So it is kind of sad to think that those are the people who missed out on celebrating.
Yes, and obviously Brisbane are doing it very well because they've been in the last 3 grand finals across both men's and women's. Like the last 6 grand finals have been in.
It's amazing. Maybe they should just hold off on fixturing for Brisbane around any grand finals.
Yeah, genuinely.
Yeah.
And it is still a week away, but I'm just going to put everyone's attention to the fact that Pride starts next week. And so Pride Guernseys are dropping. Essendon's dropped. Thoughts and feelings?
I am loving the Pride Guernseys that have dropped so far. I thought the Essendon one looks so cool. I feel like we could look very cool wearing that in the studio.
Oh, if only there was someone with a connection to Essendon Football Club that could get us some Guernseys.
What? Where? Yeah, I think we would look really cool in it. The players are going to look really cool in it. But not only that, I do like the Pride Guernseys do mean a lot to people and a lot to me. Like Pride, AFL Pride merch of any team, I will buy of any team.
Mm-hmm.
Like it really does mean something to me. I really do find it impactful. Having that visual acceptance, that like unity, that coming together, it feels really special. And I think the players love wearing them.
Yeah. Well, I think even just, I mean, I know that we didn't touch on it very intentionally, but just the fact that being queer is so normalized in the W and it's not othered at all is, it makes me quite emotional.
Oh, completely.
Yeah. And then I also wanted to touch on, I know that we are an AFL podcast, but it is the NRLW grand final this weekend. And I just want to say, if you've ever thought about watching a game before, so the whole season, it's been the Roosters and the Broncos two-horse race the entire season, which has been like one of the biggest critiques of the NRLW is a little bit boring because you've got two teams that are really, really good. But the upside of that is that the grand final is it's set to be very good. Like there's so many stars. It's these two teams that no one could beat. Like you could only beat each other. Like it's set to be a really good game. So if you've never watched NRLW before, I would recommend watching it. It is before the men's grand final. So if you've never gone into NRL before and you want a really big taste,
when is it?
Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the women play at 4 p.m. and then the men play. I don't actually know when the men play. Yeah, the women's kicks off at 4 p.m.
I feel like I'm the kind of person who did not at all grow up on rugby, but also I'm happy to give any sport a go. So maybe this is cool for me. Maybe I should lock in and try and get into NRL with the W. The W will help me.
Yes.
Get into it, I think.
Well, even just like, I mean, I've talked about this with like AFLW before and how cool it is just watching it being like, I could never physically do that. I get that like amplified when I watch women rugby. I'm just like, I can't believe that we're the same species. You know what I mean? Like, how are they hitting like that? And how are they so strong and physical? It is very cool to watch.
Yeah, it does sometimes like hurt the heart a little bit. I feel like probably we have listeners that feel like this too. But, it's like when you find out someone successful or like a sports person is significantly younger than you and then you realize you've achieved nothing and you feel like a bit heartbroken. I feel that way every time I'm walking around Windy Hill and I see the pictures they have of the girls there and their heights and I'm like, oh, I'm the same height as Bonnie Too Good. I just can't like catch a football.
I know. I love to use that excuse me like I'm 5'2", so it's not my fault. And then someone's like, so Courtney Hodder's like 5'1". Okay.
Good for Courtney Hodder.
Do you have any news items that you'd like to talk about?
I do. I would love to talk about St Kilda's record-breaking win this week. I thought that was such a fun game to watch.
So for context,
St Kilda had a really exciting win on the weekend. They beat Port Adelaide by 9 points, but it was kind of like a game of quarters. So, one team would get out one quarter, St Kilda would do really well, and then Port would do really well, and it was kind of looking like Port were going to take it away. Like I think at halftime, Isla said to me, "Oh well, St Kilda can't win this," and I said, "Well, you never know. You can never write anyone off," and it ended up being the biggest deficit overcome in a fourth quarter in AFLW ever. It's like the biggest comeback. They kicked 6 goals in a row.
Yeah, they kicked 38 points to nothing.
That is wild.
It is.
What a last quarter. And Jessie Wardlaw was just unbelievable. She kicked 3 of her 4 goals in the last quarter, and I think they were actually in a row as well. And she also took like a game-saving mark on the goal line at the end of the game. It was very much like a powerhouse performance, super exciting to watch. And I think everyone's been joking that she's going to get 2 votes for it.
Yes, I saw that.
Naz in round 20 against Scotland.
I'm actually so jealous of Saints fans.
Oh, that looked so fun.
They've had so many exciting wins this season.
Yeah.
They're a fun team.
They're a really fun team.
Yeah, and because the AFLW, like, I think you would agree with me that high scoring doesn't equal good, but
100%.
a massive criticism of the AFLW has been the scoring. I put in quotation marks issues since it started, but now you've got teams scoring 38 points, nothing in the last quarter to win it by 9 points. Like, I'm sorry, but like that's so fun.
That is so fun. It was great. And I just think like Jessie's aura,
Yeah.
like it was giving.
She does have a lot of aura. She might be the most aura-filled person in the W.
It was so great. I just thought it was exciting. It was so great for fans to watch and be a part of. I feel like it would have been a great day to be a St Kilda supporter.
Anything else?
Anything else? It's a great question. What do you think about the McClellan Trophy? Did you see the articles that came out this week about how it's now going to be like I think they announced this last year, but it's the combined ladder positions now as opposed to the points per games, which it was in the past?
It's interesting. It does add another thing that fans can cheer for. For example, Collingwood's in contention because the men did so well. But then you've got, like Adelaide's in contention. Brisbane is in contention.
Yeah.
Hawthorn are in contention. It's exciting. I don't know. I don't really have any strong feelings when it comes to the McClellan. Do you?
Yeah. I think when Ben was at Melbourne won the McClellan one year. And I think that was quite like fun for particularly the girls. Like it was kind of exciting for them to end the season and know that they had like brought that home, I guess, for the club. Like that was a really fun vibe. But it does make me feel a bit bad for like a North Melbourne who are so dominant in the women's program. Yeah.
But even just like Lions last year were in both grand finals and they didn't win.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Right.
That's
and I think that's why they changed. They changed the system because it was like surely they're the best performing across the two codes.
Yeah.
But because of the past scoring system, it didn't turn out to be that way. So yeah, it's probably a good update.
Should we get into tipping?
Let's do it.
Tipping.
Oh, yeah.
Tipping.
Over here.
Well, we also have an update from Broden and Tom in Dublin. So they recorded this for us.
Hello, Marnie and Hester and everyone tuning in on this beautiful Wednesday. Welcome to the Footy from Dublin Reporters Live. I'm joined here by Tom. Hello, Tom.
Hi, mate. How are you?
Good, thank you. How are you enjoying Dublin so far?
It's a beautiful, very beautiful place with beautiful people.
You reckon?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, if everyone's pale like me and has a red beard, don't
That's
they?
true, yes.
We have a lot to crack through in our update to the team. I'm sure Marnie and Hester are absolutely dominating. So this is us just giving a rundown of things. We, on grand final day, basically we did the show and went straight to the airport and flew for 24 hours.
Yeah.
And how was that for you?
It's great. I got to upset a lot of people on the internet and then just leave.
Yeah, what did you say?
I said that Marcus Ashcroft, what was his name? Will Ashcroft did not deserve the Norm Smith as much as other people.
Will Ashcroft, why can't we say his name?
It's a very difficult name.
Will Ashcroft and has caused issues for both of us. You wanted to talk about this?
Yeah, so someone on Reddit, was it? Or I sent an email, said that in the Google ad you do with Will Ashcroft, you tell him that he's the Rising Star winner. And he goes, yep. And you said it on our pod 18 times.
Yeah.
And he didn't win the Rising Star. Harry Sheasel did. And I can't believe no one's corrected you.
No one at Google, no one at the
said
production,
anything.
no one anywhere.
Will said nothing.
Will just looked at me and said yes.
Yep, sure.
So what? Are we to believe that he didn't win the Norm Smith either?
Exactly. Was it actually Harry Sheasel who won the Norm Smith?
Another thing I want to talk about briefly is Petrarca going to the Suns, which is obviously not confirmed yet, but I think it is. How do you feel about that?
I'd be interested to see. I mean, obviously stoked to get a player of that caliber. I'd be interested to see what we have to give up, and also I really want to know, you know, what's going on with Adelaide as well, because I feel like I'd prefer to go to Adelaide if I was Christian.
No one would prefer to go to Adelaide.
You don't think so?
Absolutely not. Why wouldn't you go to the beach and sun?
Yeah, maybe Christian would like that. But yeah, I just sort of know that on the news he's been over in Adelaide, and you know he went to Adelaide and he didn't take any carry on or nothing.
That's what I noticed too, and that really concerned me.
I think that's really cool. Just bring your not even your wallet these days, not even your keys. Just bring your phone.
I did not like that at all.
Yeah, I think that's cool.
The thing that I've seen from afar over here, which I wanted to call, if I can be serious for a minute, was Bailey Smith at Mad Monday. So it's disappointing to see from over here the way Bailey Smith behaved on his socials during his Mad Monday. He's the most talked about player. He understands how impactful things are that he says and does. And he chose to put things out that were really demeaning to women, but also to the LGBTQIA plus community. Really disappointing. And I hope Geelong acts appropriately in their handling of it, but also I hope I want to see Bailey become a voice of positivity and kindness sometime in the future for people.
Yeah.
Because he has such a powerful voice. But yeah, so just wanted to say that and put that aside, because I'm sure Hester and Marnie are talking about everything that's happening in the footy world this week. But I wanted to bring up Essendon Melbourne.
Yeah.
So last time Essendon and Melbourne played, at least in the men's, I had to get a tattoo. So my question to you, Marnie, as we report back to you, is what tattoo would you consider getting?
Yeah.
I think, we're the short odds favourites for this game.
Yeah, you absolutely should be after what you did to the Suns.
So, Marnie, let me know about that. But also, I wanted to get to know Hester, or our audience to get to know Hester. We know Hester a little bit. But I would love Hester to tell us what you love about football. What is it that you enjoy about football? Do you love football still, because you've been such a big part of your life for so long? What do you love about football? Anything else from you, Tom?
No, I think that's a good little update.
This is the Olympia Theatre where we are. This is a classic old theatre. Chapel Roan performed here. There's a poster of Chapel Roan over there.
Yeah, wow.
But I haven't seen Chapel Roan here.
No, I haven't seen her either.
The other thing I'll say for the Ds, for the W team, is Blahane Mackin, who is an Irish person, I believe from Belfast, is a test. And if we get back, she can be our best player when she's absolutely firing. So D's fans, keep an eye out for her. Anything from the Suns on you this week?
Let's just hope we can get a W, and kick a goal.
A W and the W. Well, thank you so much for crossing to us, Marnie and Hess. It's a great show so far, I'm sure. Back to you, team.
Because we just love the footy.
Oh, we are back. Okay, yeah, I will actually just add something to what Broden said about Bailey, which is that the very first thing that we talked about, as everyone that I got in contact with, including people that know Caro quite well, was if that joke that he put on his Instagram is the joke he's making in public, it's a pretty good assumption there are jokes being made in private. And that is just the sick feeling that we had. And even just the constant jokes of, time to put my phone away. It's like, okay, because you were saying things that are not appropriate for the footy community to, you will get in trouble for the things that you were saying, and you're kind of telling on yourself. And that just made me feel sick. But I'm glad that Broden did say all of those things.
Yeah.
What was the question he asked you? Oh, what do you love about footy?
What do I love about
just
footy?
A nice, easy one-liner, I think.
Just a small one. Well, I was thinking as Broden was talking, the thing that I love about footy is also Blahane Mackin. Nicest person in the world and such a great footballer. So I really hope she gets back this week. I was devastated to see that she injured herself this year because I feel like it must be so hard for an international player when you come over and then you can't even play and you're away from your family and you're missing out. So I'll be really stoked to see her back. But I think W is what I love about footy now. And I think just like I love sport and I love being around sport, but I think like the cultural impact that sport can have in our society is so powerful, and that's why voices like yours, Marnie, are so needed, and so many people feel so lucky to have you speaking. So it's what we can do with football that I think is the most special thing.
Yeah.
What tattoo are you getting?
I was having this conversation with, I hope he doesn't mind me sharing this, but Ben Cameron, who works at ABC, and we were talking about the domestic violence prevention services preparing for spikes during grand final weekends, AFL and NRL. And we were talking about that, and not to diminish the seriousness of that at all, but he was telling me that there is research they did overseas during the World Cup that suicide rates actually go down during the World Cup because of the sense of community. And so people often feel a part of something. And I just yes, that is the magic of sport. Like, for all its flaws, it makes us feel like we belong to something and are a part of something bigger than ourselves. And then when you relate that to W, it's all of these people who haven't felt like they belong in sport in a historical sense now feel like they can belong and take part.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it shows you that sport has the power, like we have the power with sport to harness those positive impacts and let go of the negative ones. And I feel like this comes back really well to what you said before about what people are saying in private, if what they're putting on social media is abhorrent already. And I think that shows us as well that is always the first place to start. And if you have friends who you think are doing that, then you can call them up really nicely and let them know that that's not okay. If you can't say it in front of other people, then you probably shouldn't be saying it.
And not to compare M and W all the time, but North Melbourne's Mad Monday photos from last year are some of my favourite photos ever. Did you see? It was Jazzy Garner, and obviously her partner is Jenna Bruton. And I really want to say it was Ash Riddell, but they went as Shrek and Donkey and so on. But just all of the photos of their Mad Mondays were just filling me with joy. And there was no part of me that was like, oh no.
Yeah, dress
It was just give me more.
Fun.
Yeah.
You are allowed to be funny. We can still be funny. We can still do funny in a good way. And I think I was saying to you this week, if the football clubs need it, we can just put together a round table of some diverse friends, and you can just send your costume ideas to us, and we can approve or knock them back. If you need it, we're here.
Yes, that would genuinely be very funny to do. I think.
Shrek, tick. Next.
Inappropriate. No, I won't go there. Am I getting a tattoo? I mean, it's signing myself up to get a tattoo. I recently got Not This Day on the back of my arm, and because it's so small, and when you book in for tattoos, it's like a set price, that I was like, I could get another one and not have to pay that much, and I was genuinely very close to getting bounced that bill. Or just BTP.
I mean, we've been talking about getting a tattoo together for a while, so maybe this is the time.
Yeah.
We can doubly go in on this bet with you, Broden.
But then what if Essendon beat Melbourne? The off chance that happens. Broden's got to get another plane.
Maybe we get to pick Broden's tattoo.
Yeah, okay, I like that.
That could be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Tipping.
Let's tip some teams.
Just go straight into it? Dope. Okay. We are kicking off the round on a Thursday night, which I agree with. I don't know why AFLW, because from next week onwards, there's no more Thursday night AFLW games, which doesn't make any sense to me.
I know.
I love them on Thursdays. Anyway, Thursday night, Hawthorn, Fremantle.
In Frankston.
Yeah, Kinetic Stadium in Frankston.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going Hawthorn. Dockers are 12th on the ladder. Just a bit. I mean, Hawthorn are also inconsistent for me, but I think Hawks.
Yeah, I think Fremantle are probably, they feel better than 12th to me. But Hawthorn really started to get their scoring game going last week. And to me, they looked like they had some mojo back. So I'm going Hawks as well.
I know. After I got on the pod and I was like, Geelong are definitely going to beat Hawthorn. Hawks cannot score big, yada, yada. And then they just proved me wrong. They listened and they were like, you know what, Marnie?
I reckon they have someone listening in just to take notes. Are you a coach?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should be.
Yeah. It was the reverse Moz? You're welcome, Hawthorn. Then the big one, Melbourne, Essendon. Melbourne is second on the ladder. It's now getting to the point where it feels like it has to be in North Melbourne Grand Final.
I agree. But I actually, I've been yapping on, I'm so biased, but I've been yapping on about this all year that I feel like people really sort of underrated Melbourne from too early on this season. Like I feel like with a few players leaving and then probably having like a more down season last season than they have in the past, a lot of people were sort of off the bandwagon. But I feel like that list is so good, and Mixtoneer is such a good coach. I think the depth is really, really strong. I'd be pretty surprised if we don't see North Melbourne and North in the big one.
Yeah, me too. And if Isla's anything to go by, Kate Hall, best and fairest.
Yeah.
You can't get past her tackles, and she also scores.
Yeah.
What the hell? I'm really happy with the way Essendon's going though this year. Yeah, obviously Melbourne.
Oh, okay. We tip with our heads.
Yes.
Okay, Melbourne then.
Yeah. But we obviously want Essendon to win.
No, do you know what? Put me down for Essendon. I'm only here for a few weeks, so I can't win this tipping anyway.
Yeah. No, that's great.
Put me down for Essendon.
And I feel like we skipped past it because I just assumed everyone would know who you are. But also your husband, Ben Brown, does coach at Essendon. That is why he's a premiership player with Melbourne, and he coached with AFLW with Melbourne, and he now coaches AFLW with Essendon. And that is why this game is so important to us.
And he also played at North Melbourne and coached the W team at North Melbourne. So I love a lot of teams in the W. I have a lot of love for the W teams.
GWS St Kilda.
In
Saints.
Sydney.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Saints are on a roll. It's got to be Saints.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
North Melbourne, Sydney.
We love a Tassie game. North Melbourne.
Oh, this is in Tassie.
Yeah, UTAS.
I would love to actually go to Tassie to go to this. To go to this game. I mean, even just like everyone, like the lead up to North Melbourne Essendon, the conversation was literally records are going to be broken for the highest score against a team. Like everyone was like, it's going to be a bloodbath.
Yep.
And it wasn't.
Yay.
So I do think that Sydney can actually put up a semi-fight against North Melbourne.
Absolutely. It is hard to see North Melbourne losing this century though.
Oh, someone just put in the chat, hopefully Maddie Gay returns for the Dons before the end of the season. Yeah, same.
I think she's a chance to return this week.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. Hopefully that's not insider information.
Breaking news.
I think it's publicised that she's got a test this week to return. I think she just had her birthday, so that would be a lovely birthday present.
Yeah, for all of us.
For all of us.
Thank you,
For
Maddie
me,
Gay.
It's not my birthday, but thank you, Maddie. I think Maddie's a great player, and that would be a big boost. Too.
Yeah, and we're
Big
crying out
boost.
for some defensive.
We would love that.
help.
We would all love that. But we're all tipping North.
Yeah.
I think you need to get down to a game in Tassie.
Yeah.
As a 50% a Tassie person, I think I would like to invite you on behalf of the state.
Oh my God, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Gold Coast, Brisbane, the Q Clash. Brisbane.
Brisbane.
Yeah, Brisbane.
Yeah. Yeah.
Port Adelaide, Western Bulldogs.
Oh, that's a really interesting one.
It is. I was so impressed with the Dogs against Collingwood last Friday night, especially because I think that the Dogs can fall pretty defensively sometimes, and they can be frustrating to watch because they try and stop goals more than they try and score goals. But against Collingwood, they had such four-quarter intensity. They won by 57 points. It's their highest score this season, just their second win of the year. But it was genuinely like, oh my God, this team is so fun. I wish they always played like that.
Yes, and I actually think, I could be wrong, but from vibes alone, it feels like a lot of the teams have changed that tactic this season. Like I feel like there's a lot less of that defensive coaching now, which is so nice. Like even like you were saying, that North Essendon game last week could have been one of those ones where it was just like a real scrap and there was no scoring, but plenty of scores were put on the board. Like I think I can understand why as a W coach, if you're Essendon's coach, you go like, oh, we should just strip everything back, chuck extra numbers back and try and stem the bleeding. But I think we've seen less of that this year, and I think that's such a good thing for the game. And look how well it's going for the Bulldogs. I thought they were so cool. They looked, genuinely so fun to watch. Izzy Pritchard's a gun.
Ellie Blackburn 4 goals.
Ellie Blackburn on fire.
Oh, can I also just say, Western Bulldogs, they pick such good goal songs because they're not, oh my God, I'm going to sound like the oldest person ever when I say they're not just sounds. You know when like the GWS men's team, sometimes they score and you're like, this is just noise. This is not even a song. But the Bulldogs had like Bohemian Rhapsody and Mamma Mia. And I was like, I know all these songs.
So fun.
It was fun. So I'm going Western Bulldogs.
Oh, yeah, we didn't even tip that.
It's hard. Port.
I am going to go Port just because it's in Adelaide
Yeah, sure.
and to be different.
And then the next game, poor Paddy's Tigers are still without a win. They're the only side this season yet to get a W, and they are going up against the Adelaide Crows, which makes things kind of tricky, but never impossible.
Yeah, you never know. I am going to tip Adelaide though.
Yes, I will be very much tipping Adelaide. Geelong Carlton?
Ooh.
Yeah, this is an interesting one.
Ooh,
Also, so we are kind of a, if you're not aware, we are kind of a Carlton
Carlton
AFLW.
pod? Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. We love those girls so much.
There's so many cool people at Carlton AFLW.
Good aura.
So much aura.
Mm. Geelong is a hard challenge for them, and it is in Geelong, but I'm still going to go Carlton.
I think this is a really tough one. I feel like Carlton are one of the biggest rises this season, like huge improvement. They look so good, but I also think Geelong's ladder position doesn't really represent how well they're going and the excellent list that they have. Also, I know they lost last week, but I really love the look of their ball movement. I like the way they bring it forward. And I also think Jackie Parry in the forward line is looking the fittest and strongest she's ever been. She looks like an absolute jet down there. Let's go Geelong.
Yeah, I love that. Yes, you are so, even just like, I mean, Carlton were third on the ladder, now they're fifth. Cats were looking like they had a really hard mountain to climb to make finals, where now it's seeming possible. Yeah, I do. I think that these teams are quite level, and the ladder positions don't actually show that, but I'm still going to go Blues.
I think they both look like good teams this season.
West Coast v Collingwood.
West Coast, another big improver this year.
Yeah.
Coach Daisy is obviously doing good things. I'm going to go West Coast.
I'm also going to go West Coast, but I mean, Collingwood, they were really bad against the Dogs last week, and they will be the first to say it. Even just like the way that they got so rattled and they were frustrated. I mean, they had a lot of injuries throughout the game, which didn't help. But even those injuries, you could just see in their body language, just frustrated them so much, and they just couldn't adapt. And I would like to see them bounce back. And maybe they're one of those teams where it's like good game back. Like what? Because why? I mean, second year under Sam Wright, and obviously there's so many young players. But every team has so many young players. But, you know, those sides, it's kind of like we're going to have a good game, we're going to have a bad game, we're going to have a good game, we're going to have a bad game. That's just kind of the way the fitness goes. That this could be a really good game for them, and I hope that it's a really competitive game for them. But I'm still going to go West Coast.
I was really impressed with their game against Melbourne earlier in the year. I thought that was going to be a pretty tough one for them. And I thought they put on a really good showing. So I feel like it's one of those ones where you don't know. Yeah. And I really hope that they bring that energy to this game, because you're right, it could be a really good game.
Are there any thoughts and feelings that we haven't talked about?
I mean, as you know, I have a mountain of thoughts and feelings.
Yay! Let me know all of them.
Do you think we should start the crying now? Is it time?
What's your favourite thing about me? No, we don't have that.
Would you like a monologue?
Do you want to know something really cute that happened? So, it's a moment that happened with you. I walked in and I said, Tessa, Amelia, and pointed at her lips because we were wearing the exact same lipstick.
We're wearing the same lip colour.
The exact same colour. Yeah.
It's so cute.
It's very fucking cute. It genuinely is. Some free promo for Home Beauty.
Home Beauty.
Yep.
I feel like for the people who are used to listening to Broden, they probably not expecting matching. So it's matching lipstick day. Actually, we have been joking that we think Broden should send us in for colour analysis. Like we should do a colour analysis to find out which team's colours suit us the best.
Yeah.
So if anyone else thinks that's a really good idea, just let Broden know.
Tell Broden that he has to pay for it because we looked it up and it's very expensive. But if we do it for content, then Broden can pay for it.
I mean, it's kind of interesting, like where team colours come from.
Yes, it is.
And I think like the great reception to Gold Coast pink here shows that there's an appetite for some more interesting combinations out there.
Yeah, so if any clubs want to send us to get our colour analysis done
100%.
in their Guernseys, we will do it.
I feel like, what if Freo does like a lavender kit next year?
Oh.
How pretty would that be? Like a light purple?
Yeah.
Could you like light purple with dark purple?
Yeah.
I think that would be so pretty and different, and I would buy it.
I would buy it.
I would buy it. So maybe, I don't know, maybe there's some opportunity there. some unique merchandise.
I feel like there was another content idea we had that we're like, we need to get Broden to pay for this.
Is that our cocktails that are the colours of
Oh, yeah. We wanted to go for cocktails. And I can't remember how we managed to be like, and we can make this into content.
Although I feel like, again, like same Freo example, but I'm not sure. Oh, no, that's okay. That's okay colour to drink. I feel like there'd be some colours that
Yes.
would be a bit
I've definitely had a
questionable.
lavender cocktail that was really nice.
Yeah.
Black and red one.
Ugh.
Alrighty, Ruse. Well, thank you everyone for listening. I'm so stoked that everyone gets to have you in their ears every week because it genuinely makes my life better, and now you're going to make all these other people's lives better, and that is a lovely thought for me to hold. Any departing?
I just feel really grateful, and I really want to thank everyone who sent me a nice message about this because I was really excited about it and a bit worried that I'd be such a disappointment when you're used to such cool dudes. So thanks for letting me be on the table too. It really means a lot.
I would say the vibe is very different, not better or worse.
But still, like red hair.
Yes.
I'm still giving you that ginger that you need.
Yeah. Very different kind, and we love it. Alrighty.
All on top of my head.
Bounce that pill. Oh my God, thank you everyone for all your comments and staying around. Any feedback, please let us know. I feel like being in the hosting role is actually a lot scarier than it is.
Oh my God,
Then you
somebody
realise-
wants a lavender jersey. Yes.
Yeah, yes. I actually think that's a really good idea, and I think someone from Freo actually does listen to this. So,
Thanks to Richo for the subs again. Big pog for Richo. Thanks to everyone for getting around us, and thanks for that Broden Kelly guy for sending lots of messages in.
yes, thank you, Broden. Let's do a colour wheel.
Yes. Is this Broden being keen?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't think he realizes that colour analysis is like $500.
I don't know. Surely it's not for Broden Kelly.
Yeah, you wouldn't think so. Oh, thank you, everyone. You all mean so much to me. Have a lovely evening, and we'll see you next week.